Morning, everybody. Long Ago Ego here. My name is Jeffrey, and today we're playing my son Kenta. Still early days, although he's been playing for a while. We're still working on the basics. So Kenta, put that first stone down. As you know, we mirror what happens. Now, Kenta, is that one of the moves I suggested for the corner? And isn't that exactly what you did last time?
Please hold.
Okay. And I will play a 4-4 in order to give Kenta some variety. And let's see what other corner he takes. Okay. Kenta's playing here. And I will play in the opposite corner. Okay, now that our corners are done, now we have approaches or enclosures. And I think to approach is much better than to enclose, because it's much more about taking the initiative. So you have a 4-4 stone to approach. You have a 3-4 stone to approach. Okay, now that's a high approach, which is typically not considered very severe. Usually you'd want to go with the Kema, which is one spot down. Okay, so I'm going to kick. Now I have a choice of kicking or falling back and going down the side. But I will kick, see if Kenta remembers what to do when you're kicked. Okay, standing is the correct thing to do. And then I will take a position on the side, like that. And Kenta has one more move to finish the sequence in the corner. Okay. Now, if you had just one stone here, you would go 2 spaces across. Okay, that's the base. But since I kicked you and you stood, make an iron pillar here, you can go one more stone for every stone in this that you've added to this. So if there were 3 here, you could have gone one more. Okay, so you made a short little base. There's nothing wrong with that. And I will approach your 3-4 up here. A high approach. I like the high approach better than the low approach. Although a lot of people, maybe half, play the low approach. But I think for lower Q, a higher approach gives both players a better result. Okay, now you're doing what I call a reverse low approach. Now, if I had approached low, then you would kick me and then I would stand. Okay, but I went high and you did this diagonal, so then I play here. So it's as if I had played a low approach to start. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not the way that I teach you to do a high approach. High approach, you should follow the high approach sequence. Low approach, you should kick and follow this sequence. Okay. Now, you probably could have gone one space more, but that's completely valid. And because your stone is on the third line, I will put mine on the third line. Now, you have a choice of fourth line or the third line, but because of the nature of your stone being on the third line, I will put mine on the third line as well. Okay, so now that corner is finished. You have 3 stones there. I have 3 stones there. I was the last to put my stone. So it means that you have Sente to do another approach, which I would suggest, or you can enclose your corner. Okay. All right, so now you're doing a high approach. Which means this is what the high approach sequence looks like. Okay, so you attach underneath. Now, do you remember what develops from here? Now, the opening should be fairly set in stone. There are only a few places people play 3, 4, or 4, and you have 2 directions for your 3, 4 stones. No, you would want to play 2 hands, right? So this is my Aikido story. Someone grabs you, okay? They have one hand that's they can't use. You have both hands that you can use, so you can put one of those hands on them and put them in a worse situation. You've just sort of run away. But I should probably go there, but I'll just come back here to connect to my group. So if you wanted to correct that, you could drop down. But it's your game. Okay. So, of course, you should have played that first. Then I go back to my friends, because you've got 2 hands on me, and then you make your connection. Okay. And then after you do that, then I go down the side. And I'll just do 1 space. 1 space is more solid than 2. 2 gets you extended a little further down. Now, Kenta, 1 space here for you is really bad. 2 space would be fairly bad, and the correct move would be a 3 space distance. Okay. Every light move you make puts you further behind on the board. Because if you had played that, then instead of approaching this other corner, I would have just played here because you're so tight and you have no real base. Okay. But since you're playing here, which is a normal place, either low or high, then I'll go over and approach this corner. Wait a minute. I should have a stone there. Sorry. I'll go over and approach this corner. And I will still approach high because I prefer high in our cue games. Okay, so you attach under. I will put two hands on you, and you fall back to the get help from your friends. Go is a team sport. All the stones on the board are members of your team, and you want everybody working together because there's no I in team. Now over here, I have a low stone. Okay, this is on the fourth line. If I put this low, that is sort of inconsistent here. So now I want to play high. Over here, I played low in order to face off with your third line stone. Over here, I want to play high, so I have a balance between high and low in my position. Also, this is high, so that's better high. Okay, so you're going to play out the top to try to connect those stones together. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just jump out with this group. That's probably my weakest group, right? My two corners are pretty good. This group is fairly connected, sort of, to this corner. This group is sort of surrounded by your stones. So if I make this stronger, that makes your group weaker. So jumping out here shows us why 3 spaces here is good. Because a 3 space, of course, is attackable on the midline, one of these two places. But when I jump out, that makes that less viable. So it's going to be a bigger space for eyes or points than something smaller like this 2-space extension. Okay, so he's going to peep, and I will just connect because even an idiot connects against a peep. Now, there's a specific place where Kenta should play after that move. And that would be here. Because if I go to push, then he can block. Okay. Now, just going up invites me to Hane. play over the top. So there are certain relationships between the stones that have been sort of codified. So one of the purposes of playing this standard basic opening that I teach is so that you've got that opening worry out of the way, so then you could start worrying about the meaty part of the game. So the opening that we do is balanced for both players, and balance is good. Okay. And of course, I will just extend. I have to remember to play the stones. On OGS. So Kenta, if you have comments or questions during the play, feel free.
I was just trying to log into the Twitch so I could see what you were talking about.
Well, you can ask me. If you have Twitch up, you're liable to have trouble doing two things because it's about 10 seconds behind what's going on. So the reason we have an audio connection is so that I can talk to you, and if you have a question, you can ask. Like, which stone are you talking about? I'm talking about M11. So I'm just going to extend N11.
What stone were you talking about when you had the 3 white?
That would have been on the R line from 15 to 11. So I have 1, 2, 3 spaces there. You have a 2 space at R8 and 7. Okay. So your potential is less than my potential. So I jumped out on the 11th file here to, to P11. And that meant that an invasion on my midpoint, which is the 13th line, is less viable because I've given depth to that group. The 2 stones on 15, and then the 2 stones that would have been at R11 and P11 make a nice protected little pocket. Okay, which is 1 space wider than your 2 spaces down at 9 and 6. So Kenta, that's why you should watch the video. After I post it on YouTube, watch the video. And then also when I make comments in my analysis on Go players, look at that. So I'm usually a little more specific at Go players. Okay, so now since I've gone 3 stones up, I feel confident enough to Hane against your group. Okay. And then I'm just going to make a solid connection here because I have something else in mind. Okay. Probably instead of connecting there, if you're going to connect someplace, I would have connected at R10. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to jump into that pocket that you're making. But I don't want to make it too severe because I don't want to be counterattacked. So this little dog face here of the 2 stones on O and Q4, that little triangle there is a very strong. So that helps my corner as well as reducing the amount of territory you can get in your pocket. Okay, so that helps to strengthen me. And I will extend once. And let's see. There. So I will even extend one more time. Because as this line comes out, that's going to create weakness on this group here. Yeah. So I will come out one more time. So I don't know if my graphics came through. Maybe I switched over to this view. But as I come out here, that creates a weakness for this group. Okay, Kenta, I've mentioned this to many people many times. Okay, that allows me to do something like this. However, yeah, I'll do that. See what kind of trouble I can get you into. Now, jumping out from this stone is a good idea, but doing it by attaching to this stone is not a good idea. Okay, now, had you done it at this point, that would have been good. because this is already secure. You don't really have to worry about that. And the points that you're getting by extending here are not that many. Right? You're not getting that many extra points by adding to that group. Now, I'm not worrying about adding to my group. I'm thinking more about attacking the group at the bottom. Okay. And what you're doing is you're worrying about the group that's already live rather than worrying about the group at the bottom that is now going to come under severe attack. Yeah. I would have probably counter-Atari'd at J4 because running out means I'm just going to follow. So if you notice that my stones and your 2 stones are in position for a ladder. If I play at H5, your 2 stones can be laddered over to my left side and they will die. Okay, now that is a ladder breaker. However, I'm not really worried about that because I'm going to drop down and take your 1 stone. So now I've got a huge corner. Okay, and I am going to Atari you. Okay, and then I'm just going to connect just so that I don't lose those 2 stones. Whoops. You got to connect first. You connect, and then I connect. And I connect. Now, your group, bottom left, does not have ice base at the moment. And it's not connected. Okay, now it's got big starts of some ice base. I would have maybe gone 1 over to E6 because E6 also protects. There isn't really a cut that's available there, but E6 would protect just as well as F6. Okay, so now I'm happy with what's has gone on down here. So what I want to do is I want to come up and jump out from the other side of my right-hand group to add to the depth of that group. Now, you'll notice that your group on the left started with 2 spaces, and it's essentially went out 2 spaces all the way. Okay. Mine started out with 3 spaces, and then it dropped down 1 space when I honeyed at 010. So it's gone from 3 spaces potentially to 4 spaces. Plus, I have the big bottom right corner. Okay. And I will connect. Okay, and there you've done it again. You've gone at the head of line of a stone.
Oh, yeah. I undo that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I will just Kema that. Shoulder hit. A shoulder hit Kema. Hey, Cameron. Alalorf is, of course, Cameron. Tudan. Occasional Sundan. Played a 4-dan this week. Oh, you did? Well, he should buy you a cup of coffee or something. Yeah. I was a little disappointed that you didn't lose that game by 10 points. Okay, so let's go to the OGS view and talk about sector lines. Now, this white, let's go to a different color. This stone and this stone are related by this sector line. Okay, now by playing somewhere inside of the sector line would be very bad because I would just close the door. So what you want to do is you want to play on the sector line or just outside it, or maybe just slightly inside it. The wider the sector line, the deeper you can sort of intrude. The closer it is, you better stay on the other side of it. Let's take those off. Okay. And we'll go back to here. Kenta played there. So I have friends, so I will just push against you. Because this long line is very strong, and this one is very connected. Now I will just connect against this. Okay, and that will pretty much close off that. Oh, Kenta, I just talked about not going inside because that has no chance to escape and no chance to live. So, yeah, you don't want to do that. That's somewhat similar to what Cameron did against that Fordon.
Isn't that big enough that something could happen
No,
in there?
no. No, it's out in open space. It's not against the side. It's not in the corner. Corner, you can use about 6 stones and get a living shape in the corner. On the side, you would need as much space on the side as that has reaching into the center. So if this much space was on the side, that would be a living space, but not with that many stones around it. Okay? So that really doesn't interest me very much. However, I will get some more presence in the center from the left. So, okay, so attaching is not attacking. We know that because they're spelled differently. So I will just do a side slap there. Put 2 hands on you. Okay. You're going to go this way. I'm just going to solidify this. I'm happy enough with that. And then I'm going to jump over here. Now, there you're attaching again. Yeah, I'll just play it cool and play under. And I will connect. Now, let's go back to the OGS view. Now, what? Oops, not the one I want, this one. What Kenta is getting in here is far less than what this line of stones is giving me down here. Okay, so I'm happy just to exchange these bumping of heads. Okay, So he protected that. And since he left me the ability to atari this, that is what I'll do. And then I will just extend a little bit. Now I could have gone solid like I did over here. Oops, let's go back to this view. I could have gone solid like this, like I did down here, but this opens up a little bit. Okay, so he's going to peep against my cutting point, which of course I will happily connect. Okay, that's just about where I was thinking of playing. It's always a good idea to play where your opponent wants to play. Now, I don't feel a need for fighting, so I will back way off. If I attach, there's going to be a fight, and I don't need a fight. I'm ahead on territory, and I want to keep things simple. Well, I don't really care about that very much, so I'm going to jump down here. I can defend against the push through. Okay, that's interesting. Oops. Okay. I'm going to do this. Now, he's got the Atari, which would kill my 2 stones. That's one of the problems with doing a tiger's mouth rather than a solid connection.
Where are you saying the 2 stones?
If you play H14, it puts those 2 stones in a toddy, and then I won't connect, because if you then play, if I connect at J13, you just play at K14, and those now 3 stones would be dead. But I've decided that those 2 stones are not important to me, because I'm going to attack the center at the top by killing off your stone F15.
I see where you're saying if I play H14, that it puts H13 in Atari, but I don't see the other stone.
The other stone is
seconds.
J J14,
14.
because if you play H14, it cuts off both of my two stones.
Okay.
So you have two liberties. So if you play there, so that's good. So I'm not going to play to save that stone, but instead I'm going to Atari your three stones. Okay, now so you can either connect at K15 or you can just take my stone. Okay, so you're going to take my stone. Okay, so you get the first stone. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop down here. Then I can cause some havoc along the top. Cameron is saying, hey, Echo. Cameron is saying, much better opening Kenta. Just try to keep your stones connected, strong, and alive. You're doing great. Thanks for the encouragement, Cameron. And then Echo 81 from up in Osaka is here.
Is it a good idea to take J14, or does it not matter?
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. That's my big chat page where everything is up. Yeah. Go is a lot about flow. Where are the stones moving? And when they get there, what kind of problems can they cause? Okay. I'll need to play on this side. Yeah, I'm going to go that way. It's probably a little bit far away because I can still play one more time. Just playing where I have just played would have been fine.
All right.
Yeah, because I can't cut you at L17 because you would just kill me, for lack of a better word. Now, when I back on the left side, when I played C8, when I dropped back, it was to create a defensive line. Okay, so in that situation, not playing close to your stone, playing close would be weaker, would weaken my stone. By dropping back, it strengthens my stones. Here, you dropped back along the side, which gives me the ability to push one more time instead of just keeping it tight and secure. Okay. Yeah, I think I don't need to worry about M15. Now, it's very easy to forget basic defensive play. I feel that in Cameron's game against the Fordon, that he neglected his own defense a little bit too much. Sometimes the desire to win gets in the way of doing your best. Like I said, I would have liked to have seen him lose by 10 points in that game. But he played a little aggressive and lost by 30. You have to know how you're connected or not connected. Okay, now I don't know if I can kill your corner, but if I am able to kill it, S18 would be the key to doing that. I don't know if you can live in the corner, but you playing at S18 would be the key to you living in the corner. So for me to have the chance of killing it, I have to take away your best move. So I'm going to play S18. Now, this is where the study of Sumego comes in handy. So Go problems or sumigo is the study of basically how to live in corners or how to kill corners, what the important points are. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I'd like to do throw-ins like this. You might notice, Kenta, that that group is in a toddy. Your two stones are in a toddy. So
Oh,
I will kill those. Okay. Now I will let you take that back. That's what. See, Q19 is a throw-in. Okay. Okay, so you take that. And then I need to take your stone because I can't play at O19. If I play O19, I would put myself into a toddy. So I need to take your stone. Now, having a stone at R19 might be good for you. It might be bad for you. It does take up eye space. Yeah. That just made me completely alive. And it also puts your stone into a toddy. We are playing Kenta. My son. My transitions are looking strange today. Okay. That allows me to get rid of this stone. Oops. Yeah. Protecting this corner is a good idea because I was planning to come back over here and cause some trouble. Okay, now my group at the top is already alive. However, you would cause a double tutty by playing there, so I will connect. Okay. I will block that because why not? Okay. Okay, so you saw that. That's good. And I will block here. Um, that is pretty safe, Kenta, because I'll show you on the Goban. Yeah, if I were to play there, then you just play here. If I try to escape, then you just kill me. Okay, so that doesn't really work. If I were to play here, uh, yeah, this group is already alive, so you could just even just go like that. Well, you've got this group coming in, so I don't know. Trouble. Thanks for following. That's actually the first time that my alert has sounded. I don't know why. It hasn't been sounding at other times. Yeah. I'm playing my son Kenta. He has been playing for a while, but not seriously, so we're trying to teach him up here. Um, okay. Connected. And this is a good time to drop down. Because it threatens the monkey jump. Oh, well, I'm just going to connect here. You can live here, bravo, as they, as they say.
Maybe I could play there because it wasn't closed yet.
Yeah.
Maybe there's somewhere else.
So if I had two deficits there, and you played inside, and I could only correct one of the deficits, then something like that might work. But since I only had one deficit and I could solidify that, now you have no place to go.
But if I would have just played where you played, you would have just gone one above.
Yeah, I would have bucked. But it would have reduced me by a point because you push me back one. Here, I'm neutral. So I didn't gain a point, but I didn't lose a point. So this move, rather than the other one, is a 1 point differential. But as long as I respond in a way that doesn't strengthen me for doing something elsewhere, then you don't lose anything. Now, in Cameron's game the other day against the Fordon, he played an inside assault that strengthened his opponent on the outside, and with that strength on the outside, his opponent could attack him other places. So playing inside was definitely not a good idea. Okay. I've been waiting for you to do that. So you play on this side in order to give up this stone by playing on the other side. But do I have any deficits on the other side that you can take advantage of?
Wait, I don't know if I meant to play that.
Yeah, I don't think you meant to play that because that's just putting yourself into a tutty. Yeah, typically that is so. You can play here. Then I have to take that, and then this one can do something over there. But is there anything over there? No. So it's probably too late for this stone. That should have been played before this group of stones was played. You might have been able to get some leverage if you'd played this earlier and then play here, and then when this was still not solidified. But a little late. So Kenta, watching the game again on YouTube is good for me showing stuff on the real board that you can't see. You actually shouldn't be watching on Twitch while you're playing because it'll distract you from thinking about the game. Now, if you think back to moves I made and comments I made about those moves, I think you'd know where to be playing.
Yeah, I just don't know what a monkey jump is.
You don't know what a monkey jump is? So when you have just one stone on the edge, on the second line, below your opponent's line of stones, then you can do an ogema, ogema, and then your opponent can not disconnect this because it doesn't matter where they play, they can't disconnect that stone. So what it does is it pushes them way back. So the best thing to do is just drop down at B15. Okay. And I will go over here and drop down because we'll see if something can be done there. Okay. When you guys taught me the monkey jump, it changed my life. We taught you the monkey jump? I'm glad to hear it if it's true. Yeah, it makes a lot of difference if you're the one who gets to do it or if you're the one having it done to you. Okay. We got distracted here. Kenta did that, and I responded. And Kenta went over here. And I'm going to go here. If you have time, Sumigo is really important to do. Because there are a lot of life and death situations that come up in real games. That's how they get Sumigo problems.
There's stuff to do in this corner.
Yeah, I think it's pretty dead.
Okay.
I mean, S18 is a key spot, and you would have to get 2 empty spaces in that area. Whatever you do, I'm going to extend with S18 so that you have to kill it. And then if you kill it, there's only 1 spot left. So that's not 2 eyes, that's just 1 eye. Okay. And we will go over. Let you have Sente for a while. Okay, now the problem with this move is that I don't really have to respond to it right away, because if you go to T11, I can Atari that, and then when you connect, then I can defend. Now, I would lose a couple of points, but it's not something I need to respond to right now. So instead, for those of you at home, you did that. Instead, I'm going to Atari these 3 stones at the top, because you definitely have to respond to that. And then I'll play there. Well, that was pretty generous. This has been open for quite some time. So I can reduce you there. Okay. So we're just doing some reducing of some interior territory here. Yeah. See, this is where I protect that. You connect there. I take this. I will eventually have to connect that, but it's okay.
That one. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it was necessary to connect at M7. You're connected out to the top, and that already has two eyes. So there's no way for me to play inside there and live. You would just toddy me if I did that. So playing an unnecessary move this late in the game costs you quite a bit of points. Right now we're just doing really just tidying up endgame stuff. So it's basically, that move was basically passing and giving me a point.
Why was it safe?
Well,
If you played at M7,
if I play at M7 or 8, you just toddy me.
By playing where?
If I played it either, okay, if I played either here at M8 or at M7, you would just toddy me on the end line. And
and you can't.
Both sides are alive. Both sides are alive. This group on the lower right is alive. The group in the center moving towards the top is alive because you've got my captured stone at J14. So K15, and when you take my stone, that's an I. Plus, once you take my stone, 13H becomes an I. And it's connected because I can't disconnect you at H10. Did I play here? Yeah. Okay. All right, so okay. I probably don't want that to be cut off. So I will just connect. Okay. Question is, can that go anyplace? I think that takes away the ability to make one eye. Yeah, that makes anything else you do sort of irrelevant. So, like I said, as long as your opponent plays a stone in the same area, then it's going to be a neutral in terms of the score. So it's worth trying something as long as the local area doesn't affect you negatively elsewhere on the board. So if you're making your opponent stronger on the outside of where you're fooling around, then they might be able to use that strength on the outside to attack you on the outside. But here, the outside is already finished. So whatever you do is not going to have an effect elsewhere. So, it's always worth a try. However, if you do this against players on the internet, you're likely to get very stupid idea and not the kind of comments that we need on this channel. So now you've forced me to go to Twitch and open up and ban you from my channel. But like he says, trouble. It's tough being a bot.
It's a hard life.
It's a hard life. It is. You know, I'm sympathetic to the plight of the bots, but they don't need to be commenting on the channel about stuff that's irrelevant to me. You know, I don't care about followers. You know, we're a non-monetized club site. This is for the benefit of the people I play with. Okay. If someone wants to stop by, that's great. If you want to make nice comments, that's great. But having followers is not my goal. Having some of my son's friends become students, yes, that's a goal. Okay. Yeah.
Or could I have gone at 4?
What's that?
Could I have gone at 4 also? Where you just played?
No. If you play there, I play at S6, put you in a toddy, and both those stones would die. Now you, yeah, S6 puts S5 in a toddy. Now, if you drop down to T5, then I would play T4, and then you would have to protect against the cut at S6.
Okay. Is it bad to play at K11?
Okay. No, K11's fine. Yeah, it keeps me from coming in and doing stuff. However, F2 is bigger because me playing at F2 connects me along the bottom completely. And if you had played there, I would have lost about 3 points or something by having to block you and whatnot. Okay? So then I will tally those stones. Yeah, and then I'll just connect. No, I don't think I actually need to connect there because my lines of stones is close enough that even if you tidied it, I would connect out. So. Okay. Now that one I do need to connect, because then if you tutty that one, you can connect to your stone, or you could play at B8, connect out. So I will connect there. Okay. Well, I tell you what, I'm just going to take this stone. I don't think I really care if you cut me there, connected to a living group. And that keeps you from pushing at D6 in a tutty. Yeah, so I'm not really worried about that. Instead, I will push up here. Take some points away from you. Connect there. I will come down here and connect. Oh, I should have done a throw in there. Okay, that's good. I will push here in the tutty. Now, Kenta, you do need to be a little bit careful with T6, T5, and S5 because that's a triangle. If I play at T7 and put it into a tutty, here there's no problem. But you have to be careful of leaving something on the edge because if I could play here and then you had a deficit on the other side, right, in the ninth row, I might be able to kill a bunch of stuff. So here, there's not a problem because you're solid, right? There's no deficits over here on the ninth line. So you don't have to worry. If I Atari it, you just connect and then my stone is dead. So that's not a problem. However, I'm going to just go there. This is just reducing by 1, maybe.
What's going to happen in this area?
Well, these are all just dame. So we need to, when you fill up to where I have one left, then I have to play at J7 to connect because that's a false I. But there's nothing that you can do to get any points there. So it's all just dame. The only thing we need to do is connect at E5 because that will save you a point.
Go here?
Yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to fill in now. You could just connect at G6, and then I think we can probably call it at that, I think. We'll see how the...
So nothing's really going to gobble anything else up?
No, you can... I passed, so you can pass. It should add up the corner as dead. Yeah, those stones are dead. Those stones are dead. And my one stone is dead. Yeah, so that's appropriate. Okay. So it's 100 points. So rewatch this game once I get it posted. It should be posted within about 30 minutes. You can watch it anytime, of course, and then I'll do some analysis today. I have to finish up my taxes and go shopping, so I've got some things to do. I may not get to it quickly, maybe not till tomorrow. But in the analysis, I'll go over sort of finer points and do some alternatives that you could have done. Okay? So thanks, Kenta.
Good.
Love you.
Yep. Love ya.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was my son, Kenta. He has his own home construction business. And he's a rock climber. So, and does pottery. Wonderful guy. But needs some work on his Go game. So that's what we're here to do, is to solidify that aspect of his life. So thanks for stopping in. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Decadent. Thanks. See ya.